platinum-selling recording artist, Pentatonics.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' bright glance, the bombs bursting in us, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Whoa, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Good boy, good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Dover Motor Speedway, affectionately known as the Monster Mile. Tonight's full throttle performance sim racing brings the thunder to this high-banked 1 mile concrete oval for 150 grueling laps and these NASCAR next-gen machines. My name is Sean Stam here tonight. You have tuned in live to Stam Studio Network. We got the one, the only, the best man at it, that co-commentator, the yamentator, Justin Yaw. How are you doing on this beautiful, beautiful evening here tonight from Delaware?
A little bit of rinse and repeat last night with a bump and run tonight with our full performance. Back at the Monster Mile. Miles going to put on a show last night. He hoping to do the same here tonight. Concrete jungle awaits us, Sean.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. And we saw a show last night, the Bump and Run Cup Series. Here, looking at the points real quick, Ken Baum Jr. is leading us out there up top. Joshua Sousey, Caitlin Haight. Remember, she finished out there with our win just a week ago from the Chicago Street Course. Got Lucas Nilgis out there in the 4th position. Joshua Gaiman, David Smale Jr., Jeremy Davos, Kevin Click, Andrew May, Jimmy Barr rounding at that top 10. Also, how about Nick Cannon, Kyler McCarthy, Michael Zuver, Stefan Oberzat, as well as Bill Hales rounding out that top 15 in the points. Alrighty, we are just a few moments away from some green flag racing here. Justin, what's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on? I know it is a 150-lap race, 100% fuel. We got that pole sitter, Tyler Massey, repping that Stam Studio Network Ford Mustang. He's going to put it on the pole, show it's all how it's done here tonight.
Tyler Massey, another one of the bump and run guys coming over to the league. Man, he had a rough showing last night in our bump and run race. If you notice, he caught the wall early in the race and was really never able to get the steam back. Coming here tonight looking for a little bit of revenge, but you got your points leader sitting. He's sitting third, man. And Caitlin, I mean, it's all right there together. All the hitters, all the points people hanging out right there at the top where they belong. So I think the keys for tonight are really going to be tire wear. Last night we've seen a lot. You get a good run for maybe 15, 20 laps, and that tire wear caught up to you quick. So you're going to have to really watch out for that here tonight.
That was definitely something we saw last night. You got to baby these tires out here around. Michael Zuber, Lucas Nilgis, Jimmy Barr, Kevin Click rounding at that top 10, Ryan Sword, Chris Lynn rounding at that top 12. We have a 25 driver field here grid tonight, so we got one more lap until the green flag here, so we'll take one more look at the rest of that starting order. Going from 12th on back, it's going to be Kip Easley. He finished there 12th 1 week ago. Nick Cannon, Tyler Rush, Matthew Fitz, Andrew May, Justin Gibbs, Shane Weldon, Daniel Holdcroft. How about Stan Mayberry's up there rounding out that 21st driver spot. Kevin Gibney Jr., Joshua Gaiman, Brody Green. And then, yeah, that's that 25 driver field here grid tonight. I can't wait for it. Thank you once again for all joining us here tonight on STAM Studio Network. Make sure you got yourself that drink. You got yourself that snack. You're not going to want to get up unless, hey, there is a caution at some point in this race. But we got some clean racing coming. We waited a whole week for it. Here we go. Once again, the full throttle Sim Racing League Cup Series action coming at you live on STAM Studio Network. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw, ready to bring you the action. Here we go. The field is in Tyler Massey's hands.
Philosopher Little Wayne, up and away. So down we go through one inch. What a run right there for T-Bob Jr. I don't know if Massey missed a gear or what, spun the tire, but he's going to lose a head of steam. We got somebody off the pace down there on the bottom. They're going to file it out, try to figure out where everybody wants to belong. As we come to the start and finish line for yet again. A lot of side-by-side action here tonight.
Ken Baum Jr. in the pits early. That's who was off the pace. Looking like a penalty already for the driver of the number 2 Camry here early on tonight. Only on lap 2, penalty for driver number 2. Here comes Kyler McCarthy, already gaining 2 spots since the drop of the green flag. He's got David Smill right there behind him.
Sword going to be at P7 bar, P8. Niles, P9 and Click at 10. Top 10 there. Everybody kind of rolling around the top right here, clearing it out. And this place right here, man, it can really eat the tires up. So you're going to have to kind of figure out a groove, figure out a line that works for you. And you've really got to watch it coming off of 2 and 4. Those are kind of the trouble spots you'll see here tonight. You kind of come off the corner, they dug out just a little bit. And when they do, man, you hit that corner just wrong, and it's going to send you to the inside wall very quickly.
Jeremy Zappo's photography machine, that Ford Mustang, he got loose there as a goose, Justin, coming out of 2. It's something I'm keeping my eye on is this side-by-side early on from this mile concrete oval. They call it the monster for a reason. Once again, you're going to try and save these tires as much as you can.
Yeah, I don't know who's in the 3 car, but if you got to hook up where he waits, your brother will help you out.
The old Nilgis machine right there, the Sim Labs pink and white and blue. Unfortunately losing 2 spots since the drop of the green flag.
Going backwards here. Unlike Heatwave, going to the future. Check them out, make sure you do. Great pair of sunglasses, got myself a pair I've had for a couple of years now. Nothing bad to say about them, but including a couple spots there, and you got the 7 machine cannon right there nipping at the old heels. I guess the bumper in a car, but you know, same but different. Winding it down. How about Caitlin though? She is out front and gone. She built herself almost a second lead here, Sean.
So Caitlin, she's looking for the sweep. She finished first place 1 week ago. Caution on the speedway. This one's going to be David Smill Jr. down and around. He was on that inside line. 27 Nitro. Chevrolet Camaro had some pace earlier on, but he's going to fall back all the way to that 24th running spot. We got D Ghost in YouTube chat saying, hey, I tried. He tried NASCAR once. It did not go as planned, especially Justin. I know you said that you like Dover somehow. Dover is a track that'll separate the men from the boys here. Is there contact here from the 27 and Michael Self? I believe that is right behind. I don't believe so, but we'll take another drone camera shot here. Also, let me know if audio levels are A-okay down there live in YouTube land. If cars are a little too loud, if I'm a little too loud, that is going to be a self-induced spin for the number 27.
Gets down there a little close to the apron, man. I don't know, that 95 may have had a little bit of help in the old spinneroonie there. Maybe just a little bit of run. I think it's just a racing incident. Trying to hit the apron will upset these cars so quick, Sean. You got to really watch it. But man, I don't know. Maybe a little tap on the bumper, it always helps in the old racing incident.
We'll take one more look at it here before we get going green flag racing here. We'll take a look at the back bumper of the 27. We'll slow and roll it down. It's hard to say if David got loose before that contact there, but I think we're both going to keep our jobs up here in the booth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he was probably spinning, but the 96 said, hey, you're spinning. Let me just help you out a little bit there. And away he goes. Luckily, not a whole lot of damage to the 27. Definitely going to upset the old pit strategy as going forward. So it'll be interesting to see what this number 27 Hot Rod's got for the rest of the race.
We got Austin Mice down here, YouTube land, tuning in to the the only Stam Studio Network, pulling for the bump and run, boys. Austin, dude, we appreciate that a lot, man. We know that Mice machine had some real nice pace here last night. Now you're coming at us, joining another SSN broadcast. Speaking of the bump and run boys here, Tyler Massey, matter of fact, he is a member of the Stam Studio Network here. He pays a little bit of a monthly subscription to keep things moving and grooving for us. Tyler, we really appreciate that driver out of Dover, Delaware, home run track for the driver of the Harvest number 17 Ford Mustang.
Home race, homeboy, got to make it happen here tonight. So gonna have a great run in here. I think it's going to be a real interesting. Everybody's kind of bunched up. We'll run through a kind of a cycle here of seeing where everybody's car is at since the get-go. So be very interesting to see where everybody's kind of at here and maybe kind of upsets your line because, you know, the apron's kind of been the play here, but you're going to have to find somewhere else to kind of maybe figure it out.
And take a look as we hop on board with Tyler Massey here. The second gear, I talked about this quite a bit, the Bump and Rud broadcast last night. It's so lugged down in this next gen. We'll hop on board with Caitlin. She's also sitting in that second gear. But, I mean, restarts were a name of the game last night, Justin. Remember, even on the original race start and then every single race restart we had, we saw some spinning of the tires. Hopefully, we are able to avoid that here tonight with a little bit different track conditions. But keep an eye on this front row. This might get a little tight. Caitlin Haight, the field's in your hands. Tyler Massey, he's a little bit slower on this race start once again.
Gonna have a great run as she goes off into 1 and 2, but here comes the 81 Hot Rod. Gonna finish the 17 a little bit high. The Bump and Run boy is gonna go 1 and 2 right there. Excuse me, gonna go 3 and 4, battling for position number 3. Saucy gonna be mixing it up there with Hayes, but man, she has got a hot rod there with the 11.
How about Tyler Massey? He's going to try and fight it back around that outside line, try and work up a little bit of momentum around that other bump and run driver for Kyler McCarthy. Kyler McCarthy is also trying to pull a little bit of Caitlin Haight action here. He won a week ago last week in that Bump and Run Cup Series. He's looking for this top 5 run here. Ryan Sword, Lucas Nilchis, as well as we got battles, matter of fact, side by side, just about all and around the racetrack here. It's going to be Lucas Kevin once again going side by side for that 9th and 10th spot. Justin, it's like a super speedway. You can keep a little bit more momentum on that outside line. You got that the banking to work with, but you're burning those right side tires up fast.
You're gonna burn them up, and you're gonna have to come in and get you another. We're gonna have to keep them things kind of cooled off just a little bit. I mean, I don't know, maybe a little late a little early off the throttle coming in, maybe a little less throttle coming off to maybe conserve some tire wear. Because, I mean, we got 100 laps, a little bit more than our bump and run guys last night, but you got 100 laps, so really you can make it on one stop. But the tire wear is going to be coming into play later on in this run that you don't know if you really need to make it a 1 pit stop race. I think you really want to break this up into maybe 2 pit stops.
Yeah, we saw that strategy play a part in that Bump and Run Cup Series race last night from the Monster Mile. Here we go once again. Tyler Massey is finally able to muscle his way back around Kyler McCarthy for that final driver interview spot. Ooh, a little bit of scrapage for the wall for the Joshua Sousey machine. As we still, once again, have Lucas as well as Kevin starting to look side by side once again, both drifting up the racetrack. Oh, contact between the two. Save it, hang on to it. 7's getting turned as well.
Oh.
Holy Golly, we're still green. Oh, boy.
Oh my gosh! Usually at this track, you eat them up like that, it's going to be the old yellow flag. But everybody going to keep it straight, bouncing and playing ping pong off the wall. We'll keep it clean and keep it green. Matthew Bennett's going to use the apron as a friend to gain a couple spots. I don't know how race control is going to like that, but you know, I ain't going to fight it.
All right, we're gonna have to bring out the forklift here, boys and girls. Hang with me, because look at this contact here with the number 8 right in front of these two front runners. That number 8, M&M's had nowhere to go as the 25 got loose as a goose. Kevin Click. We got 3 and 4 wide down the back straightaway.
Hey, you got to bump it, run it, hit, bang, bump, bang, boom, bump, whatever you want to call it.
Hit him with your burst.
Hey, that's why God made the bumper. You just meant to hit. Earnhardt said you get 3. Ain't that right, Brian Huntley?
Brian Huntley Jr., the man there, one of the owners of the Bumper Racing Series. The Full Throttle Sim Racing Performance Next Gen League, they got a little bit of, they got some competition up here with them too. 3,600 oval high rating is fighting hard against, matter of fact, Caitlin, with just for a little bit of blink. Remember, we saw this between her sister Callie, as Callie was having that top 3 run a week ago at the Chicago Street Course. Blinked so hard she fell out of the race. Here we go, side by side once again. That's that 96 Michael Zuber, door quarter clear.
Zuber with a heck of a run, but McCarthy not going to go away too much. You know, I've seen 2 paint schemes that really pop out. It's this machine right here for Zuber, and it really makes me want a Miller Lite. Or I've seen the Mountain Dew scheme, and I really want a Mountain Dew, but good looking hot rods. But yeah, Haight going to have a little bit of advantage coming through here. She's got almost a second lead, and everybody else kind of jumbled up. If you notice, early on it looked like it was maybe a 4-horse race. Everybody was kind of gone, but you got a couple of them that kind of kept it clean right here together. So everybody kind of keeping it pretty close. Oh!
Michael Self hard into that outside wall. That Dynaco machine has seen better days. Hopefully didn't bend a toe link there.
Holy cow, that thing is bouncing off the wall like we're playing ping pong. Danville, Alabama, that's about next to baby. Oh! 91, oh!
Hang on to her, boys and girls. Brody Green, Claire Pride, does that say on the door quarter panel there? 91 down out around early in this race. Oh, hard into the, right in front of the leaders. Whoo, boy.
That spotter is screaming at somebody right now. Some other spotter just got an absolute earful from somebody.
Golly, that could have been the big one even after the caution flag was flying, as we had these leaders come back down, out and around. Look like some more help from out of the number 8 of Kip Easley. That Kyle Busch M&M's inspired paint scheme. We'll have to take another replay at this one here.
Yeah, it looks like, let's take a look back at it.
Oh, he was already bouncing off the wall there. We were on board with the 15
down
at this point.
Yeah, let's 91 going to come off. He's on the apron. You can kind of see, is it rotating? Rotating pretty good around the bottom there.
I was rotating too much here, Justin. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's going to rotate a little too much, get her straightened out. A little over rotation. I think Kip goes low to try to maybe avoid the contact. And I think he's a little late on the maneuver, and it just put the 91 in the crosshairs. And bang!
Yeah,
15 were nowhere to go.
That's about 140, 150 miles an hour into the driver's side door there of Brody Green, as well as Michael Self. Man, some pretty big incidents earlier on in this race, and then we're going to keep on board here with Tyler Massey. This is after the checkered flag is out here, Justin. I don't know, Tyler Massey might need a new pair of pants there.
Ooh, get that man a fresh set of tires, Goodyears, and some Hanes undies. Holy Moses on a rocket-powered pogo stick. That was almost a disaster.
All right, we're only 13 minutes down here into the 150-lap race. That is the Monster Mile here from Dover Motor Speedway. Caitlin Haight, she knows how to turn left. She knows how to turn right. She knows how to take it to the concrete ovals as well, continuing to lead us in the first position. Joshua Sousey, Michael Zuver. Joshua's up 1 spot, Michael's up 4. Kylan McCarthy, another bump and run Cup Series driver, up to the 4th position. Ryan Sword, Lucas Nilgis, Chris Lynn, Matthew Fitz, Kevin Click, and Andrew May rounding at that top 10. How about Justin Gibbs and Joshua Gaiman? They're in the 11th and 12th spot. Oh, both. None of these drivers up in the top 14 of pits just yet. It's until after we start to look after Daniel Holdcroft and Kevin Gibney, where we will see 14th, 15th, 16th, and so on. Devin Smil Jr., Stan Mayberry, Shane Weldon, Tyler Massey, Jimmy Barr, Tyler Rush, Kip Beasley, Michael Self, all making their way down and into the pit lane. Justin, you know what that means? Some new tires. They're able to go just a little bit longer on a fuel pit stop. We'll have to see how the strategy is going to continue to play a factor here tonight.
Definitely gas. That's going to come down to it. We've seen a lot of folks last night really start to kind of lose the, I guess, the gas pedal on it because they were out of gas. So you really got to make sure to watch your tank, listen to the spotters. Hopefully the calculators are good. What's up, everybody? There's Kyler, Ryan, and Mike all live over there. What's up, fellas? How everybody doing over there?
Let's do something special here this race restart. We're going to hop on board with Kyler McCarthy. He's in that bottom left of your screen on the live driver cams. Hang on to her, Kyler. We are all on board with you here in YouTube land. Green flag is out. Here we go, go, go.
Down through the corner we go. Get it down to the bottom, be able to clear that number 96 hot rod, and he's going to set his sights on the 81 machine. So they go off through there.
Look at Mike Zuber sawing on the wheel. Kyler McCarthy, he's really taking a little bit more smoother approach with it. Don't know if that's the steering ratio or steering box here, but Kyler McCarthy's looking smooth with it compared to these other drivers in the live driver cams. Also, Ryan Swords out there, that middle driver cam.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, this driver cam, it really is opening up a little bit more to us. If you notice, I think two different wheels here, obviously, and I think Mike's is more set up for maybe the road style where it's got a lot more feedback on it. It does help a lot, though, having those higher, maybe, I guess, feedback wheels, because you can really feel that thing if it's over-rotated, if you feel like it's fixing to spin. You know, you can maybe feel it a little bit more in the steering wheel compared to maybe like a G29 wheel or something like that. But either way, man, you got to really fight these hot rods. If you turn that baby wide open, you're going to feel it in the morning. It's going to feel like you've been to the Planet Fitness, got an arm workout.
Oh boy, I'm right there with you. Ryan Sword, the closer he gets to Mr. Matthew Fitz, the harder it is going to get to this next gen to turn as we're heading. Take a look at the bottom right of your screen here. We're going to head 150 into turns 3 and 4. This is a roller coaster as you go down and back up the hill here from Dover Motor Speedway. You enter the corner just a little bit wrong. It'll make your first name Ben, your last name Dover. Here we go once again. We're only dropping to about 140 miles per hour into the turns here. That's a little bit too fast for me. It might be a little bit too fast for Woody Jeff down there live in YouTube land saying, Justin, we are hilarious, according to Jeff.
Thanks, man. I try. I ain't going to quit my day job to do stand-up just yet, but we're going to keep working on it.
Woody, we appreciate that, man. Kyler McCarthy was somehow texting driving under the pace lap. We're only 32 laps.
Oh, not setting the example, Kyle. Come on.
I know it, boy. What is that for the old youth there? Hey, at least he shows that it is. You're able to do it in a stock car around a 1 mile concrete oval. Justin, I think you know what time it is. We appreciate the fans so much here on Stam Studio Network. Go ahead, enjoy the sights and sounds here on these next gens from Dover Motor Speedway. Go ahead, crank this puppy up. slowly crank this puppy back down. We got Tyler Massey burning through the field right here. That Harvest Stam Studio Network Mustang is on rails. He just looked 3 wide down there in turn number 3, able to make that pass happen with a little bit of magic, maybe a little bit of hope as well. Here comes Justin's favorite paint scheme of the night, Miller Lite. Michael Zuber works his way up to P4, fighting a hard-charging Lucas Nilgis right now. Oh, contact on the outside wall.
No. We're just saving everybody, way to keep it straight. Glad we didn't have no fights. Let's all get along here, okay? All right, we're all racing. We're all having fun. I just hope everybody's having fun, Sean. That's all I hope.
Hey,
Also,
we must
maybe
be
a
doing
race.
something right here. We got YouTube land popping off. We got the viewers popping off real quick. If you have joined in the vertical broadcast, make sure you mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast here. We got things going in at 4K HD, not quite 4K, almost 4K HD on the horizontal broadcast, as well as we got Kairos 18B Prestige Worldwide, the 394 and 96. They are also in some pace here tonight from the concrete mile. Miles, the monster, he's already claimed 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 drivers here tonight from the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. But there we go, another really nice paint scheme. Daniel Holtzcroft, he's going to try to look down that inside of Shane Weldon, out of turns 1 and 2 here, heading down that back straightaway. Mountain Dew machine out of 16.
The hills are calling. I guess maybe the concrete jungle tonight, but either way, how about you? The 2 machine going to get right there by Holcroft. He had an issue there, couldn't really defend his line, and that 2 just going to follow right behind the old 10 hot rod there, fall right on behind and take the spot and say thank you next. And now, who's saying that? If you're not on YouTube, chat, that's Ariana Grande. Everybody, I got it. I'm a professional. Thank you next. We're going to get shut down, Sean.
Oh, more contact. That's got to be a broken toe. That's what's happened. I don't know. Matthew Fitz, he's going to have a little bit more contact here. No, that's not Matthew Fitz, excuse me. That was the 96 of Michael Zuber. Matthew Fitz is going to continue to show some really nice pace here tonight. That Monster Energy Chevrolet Camaro. He's got Ryan Shord put out to P6 out for the moment. Here we go. Once again, look at the dirty air. You can't see it, but the way that these drivers are handling these cars, or lack of handling, we're getting some really nice door slaps out of the exits here.
They are smacking and banging and doing about everything they can to keep them straight. But you can't really hear, because the old saying does apply. You fight the wall, and the wall's going to win every time. So you're going to have to keep on it side by side for the number 12 hot rod of bar, and see we're going to lose another one. I know he's got some right side damage. I know they on the headset screaming at that boy. You got to get down pit road soon. They're hoping and praying that caution will come out.
And speaking of which, taking a look at that pit stop strategy right now, Jimmy Barr is the only driver right now within the top 8 who has made a pit stop work. He took to 4 tires on that stop, so he is down 1 set, but he continues to work his way back up through the field here, and that's 8th running spot continuing to reel in. Kevin Click for 7th. Matter of fact, only 7/10ths of a second separating these two, already going to cut it down almost a whole 10th of a second in one corner.
Yeah, he's made a lot of space, but he's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. All right.
Noah's also got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Tyler Massey machine as well as David Smill. Here we go once again. During our crank it up, your eyes didn't deceive you. David Smill got he got the chrome horn handed to him in that Nitro Chevrolet Camaro. He somehow hung on to it right now, and he's living to fight another day here from the Monster Mile, able to wrap that lower line here. But once again here, Justin, iRacing simulating just about everything you can imagine here within the motorsports world. It's air, tires, pressures, temperatures, as well as the rubber. If it gets caked onto that inside line just a little bit too much, these drivers are going to have to start to search. If you start to search too much, you're going to end up in those marbles, though.
Yeah, you've really got to maybe start looking for another line. Somewhere along the way, it's going to eventually start kind of kicking you in the butt. You're going to have to. You're going to eventually, that bottom's going to get wore in, and you're going to maybe have to figure out another line to get around somebody. I think maybe that middle groove. You don't want to really run that high side because that wall will bite you if you do. But you really just kind of want to maybe figure out that middle line, see if you can figure out a little speed there.
Back up to the old hate machine. She is sister of Callie. Callie, I don't see Callie out here tonight, but Caitlin, she's looking to get this sweep done. Once again, if you're just now joining us on Stam Studio Network, well, first of all, thank you. We greatly appreciate it. But remember, Caitlin won just 1 week ago. She's continuing to, well, she was running away here from a hard charging Joshua Saucy, but looking at lap 45 to at least 49. Normally, this looks like a Christmas tree at the bottom of your screen. Right now, it looks like St. Patrick's Day for Joshua Saucy, continuing to gain.
Cat and mouse. It's the only way to do it. You're going to have to maybe figure it out, and you're going to have to maybe try to drive it off in there a little bit further. Maybe see if you can start maybe kicking it up just a little bit, kick up the speed, kick up the intensity, because these laps are going to keep winding down pretty quick. And before you know it, 150 is going to come, and we're going to be waving the checkered flag.
Joshua Gaiman as well as Michael Zuver are starting to look some more side by side here, but remember, Michael Zuver, he didn't only tap the wall, he smacked that puppy, not only once, twice, but maybe even thrice for the 96 machine, continuing to lose spots. If we get a zoomed in look on that right side next time by, probably be able to tell that Miller Lite, it's not fresh store-bought, this is a crinkled can. Matter of fact, that right side's not too bad. Oh, we got contact.
Mill gonna go spinning around. Oh, everybody save it. Keep it between the ditches.
I'll say that one there, the driver out of Pennsylvania. Mechanics? Oh, that one's easy, never mind. Mechanicsburg. I see a big word, I get scared there, but unfortunately for Chris Lynn, the turn 2 terrible Chevrolet Camaro driver, 32, he's gonna be involved here. Lap 54 out of 150.
So I think right here, this is my kind of pit call here. I do believe you're going to see some guys maybe hit pit road, maybe mix it up, try to break the monotony and try to get a fresh set of tires. You've run 54 laps, so you got a little bit of tread on those now. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some cars maybe duck off on pit road and maybe try to break it up. I mean, you're over the 50 mark, so you can hit this and break it up and you make this your one stop. Now, personally, I would not, but you're going to make it your one stop here. So be interesting to watch the rest of the race, Sean. See who maybe goes a little later, maybe who goes now.
We got everybody entering the pits right now except for Jimmy Barr and Stan Mayberry. Here's the contact real quick out of, it's going to be next lap by here for Chris Lynn, as well as is the 27 involved or is it just arrow loose here? Matter of fact, the 27 and 33 start to look a little side by side. These got to be teammates there, W Energy, as well as that, is that Aussie tribute on the hood of the 27? We'll continue to hop on board here and see if Chris Lynn has contact. Here we go, that is an Aussie tribute for the 27. It's gonna get tight there out of 4.
Gavin! I'm just kidding, sorry. Oh my, yeah, that 32.
Well, look, like you said, Justin, earlier, David already made contact with the apron at that point. Excuse me, not David. The 27 of Chris Lynn there, and he got loose as a goose there out of 4, and then the 27 had nowhere to go for David Smill.
Yeah, he's just kind of there. He doesn't know really where he wants to go, and he's got to make a decision, and he just sticks it to the bottom. And man, the old apron, man, Smill had a run right there. Yeah, he gets to the bottom, and then Smill just going to kind of help him out a little bit there. So that's going to put him back in the field. Oh, the teammate going to kind of assist with there. You going to pick on my friend? You going to pick on me too kind of attitude.
Oh, look at the 2!
How about the 2? The 2. Oh, did he get the wall or did he save it?
That was the old Ken Baum Jr. Let's see here. Sorry, we hate to rewind this, but at least we do it with a little bit of fun here. Ken Baum downshifting. Keep it off the wall. Keep it off the wall. Oh!
That's close. That is close.
I think he did it. I think he did the old Jimmy Johnson there, the inevitable for Ken Baum Jr.
He kept that off the wall. That's going to be possibly my move of the race.
That's the Justin Yamentator sweet move of the race.
Yamentator, yeah, we're going to start having the Yamentator move of the race.
Real
It
quick
has to be
before we
first
get
nomination.
going, Woody, Jeff, Kairos 18B is still down here, YouTube land. D Ghost 13. Def, it was fast for me. We got a couple drivers different involved. He said, Woody Jeff is saying, I thought it was Dover, not Darlington. Man, it is definitely, I don't know, they call it the Monster Mile for some reason. Take a look at that strategy in the bottom right. Our front leader staying out, as well as Tyler Massey. Here we go, green flag is out once again.
Yeah, and I think this is going to really help that 24, because at 12, he's on some older tires. It may not be much, but the tire wear here is going to be a huge difference. So now the 24 is going to be able to mix it up with the 11 up front. Got a new player up here going to try to battle with Caitlin Haight, and she still leads us around the concrete mile.
Side by side for that spot. Here we go. It's going to be Joshua Saucy. Oh, he's able to get it there going into turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Barr's already fallen back to that 4th spot after starting out here in the lead. You got to be careful if you get around this number 12 Ford Mustang. He doesn't have that grip in his tires. He doesn't have the pace, most respectfully, as he runs just a little bit off strategy here. Kevin Click. Oh, what a move for Kevin down and around the outside. You see Lucas there diving down the bottom. He didn't think that was going to work. And we're about to look 3 wide as Jimmy is begging for grip.
Everybody just trying to find a line that will work. But right now, if you're looking for that line, guess what? Somebody else is probably in that line also. You're going to have to move them out the way, or you're going to have to find another line yourself. So everybody going to fan out. We're almost 3 wide back there in the back, as they are still all just trying to jockey for position.
Those 2 teammates here, once again, Joshua Gaiman, that's the 27, David Smill. They still find themselves running nose to tail on the track. That number 12 Ford Mustang, Jimmy Barr, he is just hanging on for dear life here. Not the strategy call at this moment in time. Jimmy's going to be begging for a yellow flag. He's going to get it here. Michael Zuber goes around.
Zuber going to accidentally throw out the old yellow. Somebody hit the command key. That's what happened. Gotta be. No, I'm kidding. Boy, what a save right there. He's lucky nobody caught him, because that could have been a lot. Let's take a look back here. Yeah, he's going to lose it coming off 4. It's a wonder that thing is pointed dead at the wall. He's going to kick it back right. Man, it's a wonder that thing did not touch a wall or somebody didn't hit him.
Jimmy Johnson save part, what, 2, 3 are we on here tonight? Nice
About
save
6,
there.
I think.
Yeah. Holy
Feels like about part
guacamole there.
6.
Hopping on, let's hop on board with Michael Zuver here as this thing started to get to spinning here. And look, he just locks it down. It's that easy. Gets it pointed back, not to that inside wall. Didn't have to really gas it up till about the end there. Able to live to fight another day, but he will drop to the 19th running spot here tonight.
So that's going to put him on down the running order. We're going to have a little bit of new crop going to come up here. And you really don't need to pit unless you want to maybe kind of get some gas, make sure you know you're going to get to the end here. But I think you're going to see mostly everybody say.
You want to pit if you're Jimmy, I'll tell you that much. My goodness.
Yeah, I think that's a great call there. Going to leave him with 1 set left. Had 3 sets here tonight. So going to leave him with 1 set, so we have 1 set left for the rest of the race. And got to be smart on this next set here and maybe not wear him out so much.
At the old Tyler Rush machine here, 72. He's in the pits. So is Brody Green. That's Clark Pride. There you go. I said that one right earlier on in the race. Brody Green, unfortunately, with a little bit of right side damage, still trying to get it all repaired. Ken Baum Jr., he's making his way down into the pits as well. Lots of turn 2 terribles drivers here tonight. Jeremy Zaffos photography on that rear quarter panel, but unfortunately, just looking for a little bit better night here tonight.
So here we go. We're going to re-rack them, restack them. Let them figure it out. Maybe figure out what else to do there. I think we'll see who else has got a save of the race so far. Right now, Kim Baum got the number 1 nomination. We keep going around and around. Where we'll stop, nobody knows.
Real quick before we, well, we are going to get side by side here, but Justin, come on now. The old sponsors and affiliates there in the top right that all make this possible. The Full Throttle Sim Racing Performance League. Of course, Jeremy Zaffos from photography. Turn 2 Terribles, Cotton Bowl Speedway, as well as Race to Stop Suicide. Check on those friends and family members, those around you. Seriously, not just a hey, how's it going, but a, seriously, have a conversation with your loved ones. Up in Smoke Esports as well, as few as we didn't even get to name. There are so many here tonight that make this all possible to happen in the Full Throttle Sim Racing Performance League. We got all these drivers at least until 20th position back on the lead lap, 20th, 1st through 25th. Stan Mayberry, Chris Lynn, Kip Easley, Michael Self, Nick Cannon, all shown at least 1 lap down or more or out of the race. Justin, we're going to give these fans here a little bit something special. We're going to give them a crank it up here on this green flag lap. We'll be right with you after this first lap of racing action. Enjoy it. Take in the sights and sounds of Dover Motor Speedway. Caitlin Haight, Kyler McCarthy up on the front row. Already 1 lap down. Tyler Massey continuing to gain spots. Caitlin Haight is also continuing to run away with that race lead as we approach lap 67 out of 150 of the race. Here comes Joshua Salsi though. Joshua started P3. He's continuing to reel in our race leader.
He is reeling them in, hook, line, and sinker. Caitlin going to have to go to work. Salsi going to put it down there near the apron. Caitlin going to keep running that middle line. The middle line's kind of been where she has made her bread and butter. It seems to have maybe put the gap between them about a car length, maybe 4.5. Don't have my tape measure, so I think we're gonna measure it. Way they go, and they're gonna put a gap back to Kyler McCarthy. McCarthy gonna have a little bit of work to do to try to keep with these top 2.
Start a single file back out, down to the race lead, and as well through the rest of the pack. Some nice battling through 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. So far single file, but you're starting to work with a little bit more, or a lot more dirty air in the back of this pack. Here comes Ryan Seward, Kevin Gibney, Justin Gibbs in this same camera shot, and here comes Michael Zuver. He's able to get a little bit of that right side repaired, but I think that toe is still begging for mercy on the right side.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know if they get a fast repair, but I know one thing, that thing's got to be screaming, help me, help me. But man, he has got to get that thing figured out. He wants to have a good run here tonight. Well, his top 2 has kind of just made it a hay between them 2. Kyler's got a little bit of work to do, back to clicking 4th. So these everybody's been relatively close. I mean, we're all within striking distance. All it's going to take is Caitlin's going to have to keep it clean and green. If she wants to walk away here tonight, you're winning.
Probably just begging for a caution not to come out. It's really, I think, other than trying to save a little bit of tire, even save a little bit of fuel here, I think Caitlin's, that's her best bet, is just continue to run some green flag laps. We might get a little bit of lap traffic here at some moment of this green flag run, but as Haight continues to pull this gap over Salsi, Kyler McCarthy continues to reel in Salsi like a fish on a line. Here we go. Kyler McCarthy up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. He's bringing Kevin Click with him, as well as Lucas Nilgis here right now up flirting with this top 5. He's got it solidified, but here comes a hard-charging Daniel Hardcroft, Joshua Gabin, Matthew Fitz, Tyler Massey, David Smeal rounding out our top 10.
They are wearing it out, going back and forth, this battle right here. Oh, later on in the field, but they are side by side, acting like we're racing for the lead.
Did you see, I don't know if you saw Michael there at the exit of 4 and then the whole back straightaway. Once again, look at this driver going to work. We have the onboard shot here. Matter of fact, the driver eye camera shot. Take a look at these hands sawing for dear life here.
That thing is having to go to work. He is wheeling and dealing down through there. Corey can't be happy, but he's just having to make the best of it. He's finally going to get the pass clear. And he's going to put the hammer down to try to get away and maybe run down the next one.
Real quick, back in live to the live driver cameras. Mark Zuber, Ryan Sword, Kylan McCarthy. Kylan McCarthy, our highest running driver from these live driver cameras. We see Kyler locked in right there. I don't think I've seen him blink within the last lap or two here from Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware. 24, continuing to show some pace as he's reeling in Joshua Sousey once again. This gap now down to just 0.4 of a second for the second spot.
Back down to the second spot. Tuning in with our line drivers, you can see, I mean, they are locked in, focused in, trying to figure out the best line to get it figured out. They're going to have to do some work. I think it's fighting him, and Zulu really going to have to figure it out. He got his hands full. That thing is a lot of feedback to it.
Look at him, Mike. He's sweating up there, and he's got the sponsored drink. Woohoo! Oh, there you go.
Amen, brother. Middle lot to the front.
He's got the driver cool suit. Look at that on the old left patch there. He is sponsored out here as Michael Zuber, Miller Lite #1 fan.
I Mike, send me a Miller. Listen, I'll send you a Miller. How about that? I'll side it, you side it, you send me one, I'll send you one. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, hey, we got a caution. You can do it now, Mike. Keep two hands on the wheel while we're racing.
We're keeping it green, lean, and mean right now for Shane Weldon. I don't know, that kind of surprised me a little bit to hear about the old Miller Lite here, Justin. I know you just got a care package yesterday. Might have to rip the sleeves off of a, what is it kind of shirt? Oh, no!
PBR. Pabst Blue Ribbon, if you ain't ever had missing out.
I don't know, man. You bring that to a party, nobody's drinking it but you. I think that's the safe call. There you go.
Yeah, that's all you need, man. That's all you need.
Justin,
that and some Applebee's cheese sticks. Oh, baby.
I'm about to paint you a goddamn PBR here. What do you drive? Chevrolet Camaro, Ford Mustang? Don't tell me a dang thing.
Nah, I'm a Ford Mustang guy.
All right, PBR machine might be coming your way. And Ford Mustang guy, Kevin Click. He's continued to click off laps here, reeling in a hard-charging, what was a hard-charging Kyler McCarthy. We just merged those names together here. But Ford Mustang starting to show some power, some late run speed.
Words are hard, okay? When you stare at computer screens like me and him do all day, words can get hard, numbers can get hard, okay? I'm not dyslexic, but I think I am. Might be. Self-diagnosed.
It'll sneak up on you.
It does, especially when your mouth gets talking faster than your brain can think. Man, these guys have been going back. Oh, this is 22 now. Hooters!
Kevin Gibney, Andrew May, Brody Green here. This driver comes once again. Brody Green is starting to put it to Kevin Gibney as we've seen Kevin into the wall begging for mercy. They're 2-3 laps at the time. Boy, Justin, this race is starting to get good. Here we go once again for that third running spot. The final driver interview spot is up for jeopardy here between Kyler McCarthy, Kevin Click once again.
So, man, here we go. We got Click, we got McCarthy. They are going back and forth. Click going to go to the high side. You're going to see McCarthy stick it to the apron. Click going to try to see if he can get a good run off here and maybe get the pass, but he's not going to. Well, he is. As they dive it back off in, they're going to crisscross applesauce. McCarthy going to be able to hold it coming off of it. He's going to come down, try to block the run of Click, and he's going to be able to do it. We're going to start running into some lap traffic here. Right there at number 15, the Sinclair Hot Rod. They are coming off. Kind of got to use some, I mean, you kind of got to use a little bit. You've got to use the draft here. You've got to. I mean, it's not much, but a little bit of staying in somebody's way could be maybe a car length or two going off into a corner. You can really use your advantage in a lot of ways.
Hopping on board with Kevin Click. I'm right there with you, Justin. You can use that kind of slipstream, or a draft. That's the word for it here in NASCAR. Down the straightaways here, but you want to try to avoid that with all costs. But say if you're Kyler McCarthy, you got that dirty air to work with. Picture a boat on the water here. You got that wake here forming out of the rear ends of these machines. These massive carbon fiber rear diffusers here, they create such a wake. It's so hard to run in, but Justin, you know what that creates? A little bit of offensive or a little bit defensive, you could call it, opportunity for the driver who runs in front of one another. You take away their air, it's going to make it that much harder for the driver there behind to turn. Ooh, fits into the wall.
Gonna have to. Ooh, that wall has slapped. That wall is gonna have to get replaced on Monday. That's for sure.
Justin fucked the wall.
And a wild one.
Caitlin Haight, she continues to blink her way and leading at just about every single lap here tonight. Joshua Soucy, Kevin McCarthy is still trying to play some defense over hard-charging Kevin Click. These drivers pitted on the same lap, had the exact same pit stop time. 14 point, well, excuse me. It was just a little bit of a different time there. Only 0.3 of a second separating their pit stop time. No, I was correct. Take a look at the graphic in the bottom right. It was both a 14.92 second stop for Kyler McCarthy and Kevin Click. That is drivers putting it all out here, not on the racetrack, Justin, but also in the pit lane. Walk us through to some of our newer fans who may not have run in a iRacing race yet. What constitutes a perfect pit stop here, especially even under yellow?
Getting in and out cleanly is mainly key here at Dover. You got to make sure you get off and get on clean. You're going to roll it in, going to have to get down. I don't know the pit speed limit, but on iRacing, it'll let you know what it is. So you've got to get it down to the bottom and hopefully keep it under that logo or keep it under that speed, so that way when you get ready to, you're in your box, 12, 13 seconds later, you're out and you're rolling, and you've got to get back up to speed, but don't speed too quick. Get off, get it off of there and keep it rolling, so that way you can keep your momentum kind of in the forward motion. That was a long way to explain it.
Well, the biggest thing too is also, well, you have to make it smooth as butter, but it's also, you know, getting onto your exact pit stop. You can't go an inch over the sign, or you got to catch neutral, then back to reverse, and that all just constitutes time, and especially within even a yellow flag. It doesn't even have to be a green flag stop. You're going to lose just about 2-3 spots or so, and I just think that, I mean, that's pretty special to have two drivers that were running nose to tail have the exact same pit stop time. Not too often we see it. And Matthew Fitz right here, he is struggling.
Teammates. Are we sure they're not teammates?
What'd you say, Justin? Sorry?
I said, are we sure they're not teammates? Do we know if they're teammates?
If not, they should be. Oh, my God.
Man, I'm going in now. I'm going in now. Go, go, go. Sound like a fighter jet taking off and everybody jumping out the back. Die, die, die!
Well, speaking of some... Okay. Did you see the new NASCAR ad, by the way, now that we're talking about fighter jets and all that? They're headed to the Naval Air Base in San Diego, getting rid of the old Chicago Airport next season.
Man, that's going to be cool. The ad they did, NASCAR absolutely killed it with the ad they did. I loved it.
Blew me out of the water, man, that's for sure.
The funniest part is when they're talking about, you know, having to run from the cops, and Carson Hocevar goes, we should have got it. Where's SVG at? That had me cracking up for about 15 minutes. So kudos to Carson and Noah for bringing the funny parts. Hey, if you're in the chat with us at YouTube chat, let us know, who is your favorite driver? We want to know up here in the booth. Who is your driver? When Sunday rolls around, who's your guy or gal who you cheering for?
I mean, we've probably talked about this before, Justin, but Guy, who's the all favorite driver? Who's your man on Sunday evenings?
All right. This is a loaded question. Racing-wise, I'm a Larson guy. Just simply because a man can will anything. I'm pretty sure you put him on a horse in a Kentucky Derby and he'll probably will it to victory lane. But if we're just going, you know, great interviews, great, you know, personality for the sport, give me the Ford car and Noah Gragson. My man has a personality. I follow him on Instagram. He's got the funniest stuff.
The old Gregson. I remember when he was running Xfinity for old Junior down in the Chevrolet. Now he's flipped to the dark side, we could call it. Nope, maybe not. But he's on the Ford side here, and I'm with you though, Justin. I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites, but he's definitely a contender for funniest, I would say. At least for me. But
Yeah, you know, it's okay.
I can see where you're coming from, though. A great guy there out in great and funny. That tends to tend to what am I trying to say? It ends in good results here, and we're still waiting for it on the next gen side of things. But, you know, we seen him have the talents here. Speaking of another driver who has talent, Ken Baum Jr. I think Ken Baum has had to pass the most amount of cars here tonight. Remember, he spun earlier on in the race. He started up there, I believe it was P3 or 4. He's finally worked his way back to be a P8 here tonight.
Yeah, he has slowly kind of picked away at it. He's got it about a 10-second gap, so Ken's going to have a lot of work to try to get this thing run down. But, I mean, he's got, what is that, 48 laps to go, so he's going to have to put the old hammer down and maybe wear these tires out. But Sean, do you think we'll see any more pit stops, or do you think it's one and done, unless there's a late race caution?
Yeah, I think here on this concrete surface, you have to have that other pit stop here in mind. As well as, I mean, you're probably banking on another yellow. We've seen, what, probably 3 or 4 here tonight, as there goes the 27, David Smeal Jr., down around David Holtzcroft. I don't know, Justin, remember my call there last night? That would have actually probably won the race there. We talked about this about 50 laps to go, and I said, well, with my pace, I'd probably be on the longer run strategy. We did have that late caution flag, and, well, we saw somebody steal the race went away. So will we see that here tonight from Caitlin Haight? She continues to turn the most laps led here from the Monster Mile, but Joshua Saucy, he's continuing to retain himself within striking distance. As here we go, Caitlin has found herself some lap traffic. This is going to be hard to pass with this dirty edge.
Have to play it smart here, but you're also going to have to maybe let them go just a little bit. You're going to have to maybe try to figure out another line. It looks like the 91 of Brody Green going to get out the way. Caitlin's going to have the speed and the momentum. That's going to set her sights on the next runner. Can't tell what the number on that. We're somewhere around there.
Now Joshua Saucy, he really caught that lap car at a good time compared to what Caitlin Haight did, our race leader. He got within 3/10 of her, but now back to 6/10. Sorry, I cut you off there, Justin. That got me a little bit too much excited. A little, yeah.
Yeah, these folks up. Pit stop. Somebody know, get ready. About that time, 25, Kevin Cook going to come off. Fuel her back up. I think we're going to see everybody maybe come in for one. Last night we had a runner go out for a while. So I think maybe everybody's going to come in, get one fresh set, and we'll battle it out to the end. But it'll be interesting getting on and off, especially with everybody around you. That's going to be the key to the game.
Wonder if we will start to see a little bit of strategy call here. Who is going to try and stay out and make this strategy call work? Remember Jimmy Barr, holy door, quarter clear there into one. Looking like a slingshot maneuver. Jimmy Barr, he is on a newer set of tires. He's got 8-lap newer tires. So does Ken Baum Jr. The field pitting on lap 54. These drivers, remember, they were a little bit later on in this pit stop strategy. The late run call, it's basically what won the race here last night in the Buff and Run Cup Series. Ken Baum Jr., Jimmy Barr on a newer set of tires. They have more pace than our top 6 runners right now.
We got some pace. Newer tires is going to be the name of the game. Now, Sean, what would you do in this strategy? You going to try to run it out and maybe let everybody else get a lap or two out and try to be one of the last to pit? Or you going to be the first one to maybe try to hit pit road and mix it up a little bit?
Gosh, I'm getting deja vu from last night here because once again, well, it's basically luck, you know. Is that caution going to fly when you want it to, and is the tire wear going to do exactly what you think it's going to do? I don't know. I think it's also depending where you're running out here on track. We do have still those top 6 that have last pit on lap 54. We're going to have to see, though, will these drivers make this pit stop? They should have enough fuel to make their way down and through the end of this checkered flag here. We're already approaching lap 112 out of 150, coming to 47 to go. That's a long way. That's 47 miles just about here as Kevin Gibney down into the pits here. But it's, gosh, I don't know, Justin. I guess I'd want to be on that overcut call once again.
Gonna be the one that maybe tries to stretch it, try to maybe pull the strategy. I think I'm gonna come in about lap 120 and maybe try to come in and get some fresh good years. I don't know if, I don't think filling it up is gonna slow it down that much. I really don't. I think it would be better. I would feel more comfortable, especially if you pit around lap 50, 54. Go ahead and come in, top it off, so that way, you know, if you catch a green, white checkers, you're not gonna have to be worried about trying to cut it off and on to make sure you make it to the end.
Number 94, Ryan Sword, Ford Mustang down into pit lane here. Let's see if this stop is clean on the pit board. It is. This is 4 tires and full of Sunoco fuel for the Ryan Sword machine. Coming to lap 115, our front runners have still not pit, all the way down to P5 now at this moment, but Ken Baum Jr. continues to reel in these drivers. You know what Ken Baum Jr. is right now? Ken Baum Jr., it's Shark Week, everybody. Ken Baum Jr., he is a shark that smells blood in the water at this moment. This is what just a couple lap newer tires is able to do for you here as Caitlin Haight continues to blink here. She's going to lose this lead to Joshua Sousey. Caitlin Haight now is down into pit lane, but something I noticed on Caitlin's stop here, it might glitch out on us at this replay, but she was down and off the racetrack way too soon here. I think she slowed this car down a little bit too early on. We're gonna have to see where Joshua Sousey, Kyler McCarthy, Joshua Gaiman all cycle back out here too, as well as Tyler Massey. He's worked his way back up to P4. It'll be interesting to see where everything cycles back and around as here comes Ken Baum Jr. back up to the 5th position.
If you notice, Ken has worked this gap he has had down. It was about 10 seconds, about 20 laps ago, maybe 15. He's cut it down from about a 10 second to about a 7.5 second. I mean, he has really been putting it on. So Ken gonna go under Massey right there for P4. Give it to the number 2 machine, and he has moved on. Sight's gonna be set on Gaiman as he's looking for P3 and maybe even more.
Once again, newer set of tires, but it's just by a couple of laps for this number 2 Toyota Camry machine. These top 3 runners, as well as 5th and 6th, all pitting on lap 54. Here we go, Ken Baum Jr. He's able to run it just a little bit long, keeping it off the wall there at turn number 4. He's continuing to show some pace, but at what point is it just too much? We're gonna have Caitlin Hayes. She's shown 1 lap down right now, but this will all cycle back out and around after this is all done with here. Kyler McCarthy, Joshua Gaiman, Ken Baum Jr., Tyler Massey, David Smeal Jr., all shown on our lead lap right now. Got Shane Weldon just hanging in there barely as things will continue to cycle out here. 30 laps to go here from the Monster Mile.
3 laps indeed, and they're going to click off pretty fast. You wouldn't think, it's not that much. They'll go by fast, and you're going to be trying to move and groove and put yourself in a better position. Maybe when this thing cycles out, you're towards the lead. But everybody's going to race like we're on the absolute last lap, no matter what position it's for, last lap or not. Everybody's going to be racing hard.
David Smill Jr., he is racing like a crazy train right now. Mental wounds not quite healing for the number 27 as he has that Ozzy Osbourne tribute on that front bumper, or the front nose of that Chevrolet Camaro. We appreciate that, David Smeal Jr. That's so cool to see, and especially it's even cooler when you continue to have a great run here tonight. Only -1 spot where you started the race.
Yeah, Smeal with a clean looking hot rod. Number 27 machine looks real good. And like you said, Sean, having a great night here for him. He got some trouble early on, but has really rebounded to put himself running P6. We're maybe going to try to sneak up and see if we can maybe get a top 5 to end our night.
Although that is the last driver basically on this pit stop strategy for lap 54. Pit stops. Everybody down there behind him is either, well, they are one lap down, which would be the race leader, Caitlin Haight. She's still got to come back around and put David Smil Jr. down a lap here, but it's going to be pretty easy. I think David Smil Jr., possibly every single one of these drivers who have stayed out at this point, they're banking on that late race call there, Justin. Once again, you kind of asked me what my call would be. It would be what these front runners are running. If we catch a caution right now, imagine what the field would be like here.
Pandemonium.
Yes, we would have that one lucky dog position, but wave arounds would pretty much be non-existent after that 8th position. So it's, I don't know, I really don't hate the call here for Joshua Salsi, Kyler McCarthy, Joshua Gaiman, our front 3 runners, Ken Baum Jr., Tyler Massey, David Smil right there.
That's the last guys on the lead lap. So got a long way to go, but man, 25 laps. Like I said, it'll click off pretty quick, and before you know it, we'll be seeing the green, or we'll be seeing the old white flag coming out. And all these folks still racing hard. We're racing like it's lap number 1, but Ken Baum has got the 33 in his sights, looking to put them on back. Baum is trying to run down Gaiman. He's got about maybe 2 car lengths and is slowly shrinking as Ken Baum figuring it out.
Probably our next closest battle on the track right now. It's going to be between Matthew Fitz and Jimmy Barr. Remember, Jimmy is on a little bit newer set of tires here. He should make this pass look easy. Here comes David Holdcroft in this picture as well. Matthew, meat of the sandwich. Here we go. Matthew's going to drift up the racetrack. I'm really surprised we haven't seen sort of another line start to play a factor in yet. But if you, real quick, you fans down there live on YouTube land, if you rewind this back to the start of this race, we're going to have contact on the front straightaway.
There goes Zuber again. Keep it green. Are we going to keep it green?
Miller Light Machine somehow able to keep it green. That is Mike Zuber, top driver Cam here. He's still sawing on that wheel, Justin. You can see the sweat beating off the forehead of Zuber.
He ain't giving up. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Just turn on over. Hopefully I ain't scared you too much, buddy.
I noticed Mike smiled last time.
Like somebody's watching me.
And Mike's got no privacy here tonight. He's got the face though, trying to hold it off Daniel Holtzcroft. Oh, Josh Werselsky in the pits, Justin, our front 4th runner.
Sean, he did sign the waiver, right?
For legal reasons, yes, but between me and you and I guess everybody else here, no.
we got to get a waiver. Print it up.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm in on that. Count me in.
Oh, but no, Sauce going to come in. That's going to put number 24 hot rod. Kyler McCarthy going to go rotate to the lead. That's going to put Ken Baum up to 2nd. So he got past Gaiman, and Ken Baum has been a rocket ship since that restart. He has worked his way back up to the field. Remember earlier on, he got him. I don't know what kind of. I guess on the penalty is all I can say.
Yeah, that penalty on the race start, and we'll take a replay.
The only
of
thing
it
I can think is he jumped to start. Maybe that could be the only thing I can think of.
I think you're exactly right. You can't pass on that inside line. And my initial reaction to that is, well, how could Ken Baum pass on the inside line? He started up there in Q2, so that. Justin, I am with you. I think he did jump it though, but that had to be like a race control call though. We'll take a couple replays of it. I guess we don't really have any. We don't have too close a battling right here. We'll take a look at the flag start and see exactly what happened.
Let's go back to the old. Up.
Sorry, this is a restart too soon. This is after the first yellow flag. Apologies there. This
Banking and bumping. He's a one-man show, folks. I can hang with him. I don't do nothing but show up, look good, commentate, and see me.
All right, I know. Apologies for the slow replay here, but here's what happened.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, apologies here. Justin, break it down for the crew.
All right, I ain't dancing. So here we go. Massey gonna get slowed up. They take off, and I mean, you can see Ken is, away and gone. Caitlin going to clear the 17 of Tyler Massey also. And so you really, I don't know if you call that a jump. Let's see. Because there's a restart zone there. I don't know if they're already cleared of it or what.
They are,
The
man.
Ken is
And
gone. You said,
you're legally able to do that within the iRacing universe. So unless the admins just saw something they didn't like, that's throwing me for a loop right now.
yeah, and here we go. The 24, Kyler McCarthy going to have to come hit pit road. Work Texas Nitro setup shop machine. Going to come in, get some fresh tires and a little bit of fuel to top him off. Let's see, who's that back there? Is that Gabler or is that Smill back there? I think Smill
that's
just hit
Smill
pit road
Jr.
also. Smill going to hit it on pit road. Tish, whatever you want to call it. But come on in. Don't look now, but Baum is still just running away from this thing. He's got a 5 set back to Mr. Tyler Massey. He's got that
14
Toyota
laps
Camry
to go here,
up and
Justin.
singing.
It's I
Yeah.
do believe Ken Baum Jr. does have enough fuel to make it on this pit stop strategy. Tyler Massey, our only front two drivers right now. Actually, I don't know. I'm believing, I'm begging Ken Baum Jr. has enough fuel. Tyler Massey 5.5 seconds back. Right now, our only front two leaders on the lead lap.
Yeah, the only two guys that are on a lead lap. So if it works out and Kim can get this win, I don't know how that point's going to work, but it's going to look real awkward, kind of like an episode of Springer.
That'd be good, dude. You got enough fuel or not? We'll have to see here for the front two runners. But here comes Caitlin Haight, though, Justin. She has now made her way down and across, back onto the lead lap. Not even through any lucky doggies. She's not barking tonight. She just has the pace back up to the lead lap, but she does have a long way to go. A long time to get there. Excuse me, a short time to get there. Will she show us what they say can't be done?
Eastbound down, loaded up and trucking. We're going to do what they say can't be done. You ever seen Smokey the Bandit?
Oh, heck yeah.
That's what my dream car is. I love the Bandit. I won't. I got a Firebird body sitting outside to go hard to shop. That's what we're doing.
I'll tell you what here, if Ken Baum Jr. is able to make this happen, I don't know here. I'll paint a Firebird on the old Camaro. I don't know, but the Turn 2 Terribles driver, Toyota Camry, as much as I love the Toyota Camry, it is out front here. We got that Ford Mustang, Tyler Massey, P2, Caitlin Haight, P3. She continues to reel in. She's now 18 seconds down, Justin. What was just 24 seconds down 2 laps ago. If my math is math, then she'll at least get to Tyler Massey for the P2 running spot if these front two runners have enough fuel to make it.
They're going to have to do the math. Hope that they got the right math wizards to do it, because you don't want to ask me and Sean, because that would not be good. We'd have you pit out lap 148 to come in and get fuel because we didn't have it.
Well, we do start to continue to see. Here we go. There's Caitlin Haight and here's Ken Baum Jr. So just about a whole lap separating these two drivers. 7 miles to go. But look at the speed differential here between new compared to old tires. Ken Baum Jr., he is stuck begging for some lap times right now. Going to have the number 12 as well as the 27. Trying to take it door quarter clear down the bottom of the hill out of 3 and 4. 6 miles to go this time by.
After Ken, you've got to play this smart. You can't get taken up in this lap traffic. You've either got to let them go and let them kind of get away from you. Because if you start trying to battle with them, that lead guy can start to crumble, and next thing you know, you're going to have to play offense and defense. So you got to play this smart and maybe let this lap traffic get by, but make sure to keep your number 17 car in the rear view mirror.
3.5 seconds separating these front two runners. 5 laps to go, 5 miles to go. Tyler Massey cut it down just to 3.3 this time by Ken Baum Jr. Does he have enough Sunoco fuel to make it to this checkered flag? Caitlin Haight, she's got this gap down and about equalized to 18 seconds. Looks like that strategy was not the call here tonight. 4 miles to go for Mox for the mile.
He is trying to get everything she can to try to get to the front there, but she's got a long way to go. She's going to hope for a little late race caution or something to happen to Tyler, because these two have kind of been the class of the field so far.
Laps continuing to tick off here just about every 23 seconds. This time it's going to be 3 laps to go till it is all official. We're going to hop on board with Ken Baum Jr. Is he lifting into the corners, or is he just certain he's able to make it here? This is on board and into 3. That's just about right where you want to lift. He's even running that outside, middle to outside lane here. It looks like Ken Baum Jr. is going to have enough fuel to make it. 2 miles to go here from Dover, Delaware. The concrete Miles the Monster. Looks like it might be Ken Baum Jr.'s, although we do have Tyler Massey reeling him in. This time he's now 2.5 seconds down.
He is slowly cut in. Slowly been trying to creep it in. Caitlin's got a long way to go, but here comes the number 17 machine of Tyler Massey. He's got 2 seconds, and he's going to really have to hope something happens to Ken, because Ken has got him covered right now.
Here we go, coming to the white flag lap for Mr. Ken Baum Jr., the number 2 Toyota Camry. He's going to have some lap traffic making their way down and around that inside line. Coming to the checkered flag this time by, looks like it's all official, Ken Baum Jr. taking the win here tonight from Dover Motor Speedway.
Here comes Tyler Massey. He's going to come off and pick up Caitlin Hayden. Come back around. Let's see where she's at just now, passing Stripe and she'll bring it home P3.
Ken Baum Jr., Tyler Massey, Caitlin Haight, rounding out our 3 driver interviews here tonight. Stick with us here on Sam Studio Network, and you will hear from our front 3 runners. Here comes Kevin Click, Joshua Sousey, Joshua Gaiman, Lucas Nilgis, as well as Ryan Sword, Kyla McCarthy, Justin Gibbs to round out our top 5. But it is our top 3 to the virtual victory lane here tonight on Stam Studio Network. Congratulations, Ken Baum Jr. You have shown us all how it's done tonight from the Monster Mile. Justin, I don't even think Ken Baum Jr., I don't know if he had enough fuel to give us a burnout here tonight. We're going to bring it down across the start-finish line for the final lap, the 150th lap here tonight from Dover Motor Speedway. Miles the Monster will not claim Ken Baum Jr. as his own. Ken Baum Jr. able to make some strategy calls work here. We will see the 2 tonight in victory lane. Congratulations, and thank you all for joining us. Sean Stam, Justin Yaw here tonight on Stam Studio Network. We can't be doing this without the fans, the drivers, and the league owners alike. Congratulations, race winner, once again. We'll be right with them here on Stam Studio Network. Alrighty, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network with our Victory Lane interviews. We got our podium finishers. Tyler Massey has made his way down into that Victory Lane podium finisher spot. Before we have a word with Mr. Massey, that Stam Studio Network affiliated Ford Mustang that finished P2, we're going to take a look at our race results here tonight. It was a great, fun race to watch. Thank you all once again for joining us here on Stam Studio Network, where Ken Baum Jr., Tyler Massey, Caitlin Haight came away with our top 3 podium finishers. Kevin Click, Joshua Sousey, Joshua Gaiman, Lucas Nilchis, Ryan Sword, Kyler McCarthy, Justin Gibbs rounding out that top 10. Michael Zuver, Davis Mill Jr., Daniel Holdcroft, Jimmy Barr, Matthew Fitz, Andrew May, Shane Weldon, Brody Green rounding out that top 18. And then we get to Stan Mayberry, Chris Lynn, Kevin Gibney Jr., Michael Self, Tyler Rush, Kip Isley, as well as Nick Cannon, rounding out that 25 driver field here tonight. With that being said, Tyler Massey, how about it, buddy? You got yourself a copy. Oh.
Up, he went back.
Alrighty. We're okay,
Tyler,
a
you
little
got a
bit of an
copy?
audible here tonight. I'm going to send it down to, we're going to start with the P3 driver, Caitlin Hayton, work our way down and up to P1 for Ken Baum Jr. But right now, Justin Yaw's got our P3 runner here tonight, Caitlin Hayton.
Miss Cat, you got a copy?
Uh-huh.
Well, P3, not a bad lap, not a bad race at all. Led a bunch of laps. What do you think you could have done a little bit better there towards the end to put yourself maybe up front a little bit more?
If I would have had a harder tire compound, but no, I decided to go like proactive on the very end there and just pit before everyone else because I thought everyone was gonna have to with tires going down. And I mean, my team was saying like, you know, each one sort of laid on just, oh, I have a flat, and so I'm just sitting there like, okay, I just got to run this out. But I was surprised the top two just being able to pull it off like that. That was unexpected.
Yeah, they really made that stretch out. And Caitlin, you know, great run up front. Do you have a setup here? Did you just kind of wing it? What was your game plan going in here?
What I was running was very, I guess, loose on the very start, so I knew it was going to gravitate towards the tight end, but I wasn't expecting, you know, I don't know how long that run was, like 60 plus laps that I ran before pitting. Just, I never anticipated that long of a run, so yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's okay. We always got next week, baby. We always got next week. Miss Caitlin, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, just want to thank everyone at Lady Liberty and the guys at Nitrous Setups for providing what they did tonight. Had a real strong run for the first 115 laps, but we'll see what we come up with for Indy.
Sounds good. Well, I'm going to send it up to Mr. Sean Stam. I believe he has got our second place finisher, Mr. Tyler Massey.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you, Caitlin. Congratulations once again on a back-to-back podium finish. Tyler Massey, how about it? That Stam Studio Network Harvest 17 Ford Mustang. You got yourself a copy, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Sean?
Doing great here tonight, and before we get started, man, I got to thank you once again. We know you're the old member down there live on SSN, and that just, it means the world to us here. Another thing that keeps us going behind the scenes. But right now, Tyler Massey, you kept it going on the racetrack here tonight. Miles the Monster not taking a bite out of you, although he did earlier on. You know, find your way back up to P2 here tonight. Walk us through your race here tonight, buddy.
So I started off pretty confident going into it because I got the pole, but as the race, early on in the race went on, I just didn't feel right. I just wasn't kind of in the groove. I was having trouble even yesterday's race with restarts just all night. Just the gearing and how much throttle to give it, because it's so easy to spin the tires here, especially on fresh tires. And I did an early pit, which I kind of regretted because nobody went into the pits, and but it looks like we have one less set of tires in the other league we race in. But thankfully, near the end, I didn't need to make that pit. I saw everybody was making green flag pit stops, and I looked down to the bottom left where I have my Race Labs fuel calculator, and it showed I was only one lap behind on fuel. With everybody doing green flag pit stops, I know at Dover, it's so easy to go a few laps down when you do a green flag pit stop. So I just kind of conserved 65% throttle on the straightaways and kind of coasting. The only thing I kind of wish I did differently is I didn't realize my Race Labs fuel calculator gives me a few laps of leeway of like extra laps. Because I have the setting there for like, do automatic fueling in pit road. So I think I actually had a few more laps of fuel than I thought. So my only regret was that I didn't start pushing it earlier, because near the end I started to try to push when I think I was like 4.5 seconds behind, and I think we ended the race at 2.5 seconds behind. And I think if I just started pushing it a little bit earlier, I may have had a better chance for the win. Although Ken, he had fresher tires. I think he pitted on lap 65. I pitted on lap 55. So it was definitely some really old. I think lap 55. It was definitely some really old tires, but I just wish I could have pushed it a little bit earlier on instead of how late I was.
Tyler, I'm right there with you. Been in a few races like that myself, and I guess that psychology, man. You'll bring it home in P2, almost the race win, and then the one thing you could have done different. I don't know, man. The walls sneak up on you here, just like kind of a street course does here on exits. If you push, I don't know. That's how I drive, though. If I over push the limit, especially here at Dover, I am begging for mercy, wishing I didn't. But I don't. Regardless, Tyler Massey, it's a great run for you here tonight, and we appreciate you giving us the insights here underneath the helmets. Real quick, before we let you get going, who makes this all possible for you here tonight? Who allows you to race with us every, not even Wednesday nights, but as well as Tuesday in the Bump and Run Cup Series?
Well, I definitely have to give a shout out to Maconi Setup Shop. They're really great guys over there. If you have any questions about setups, they go and help you any way that they can, and just being able to practice and kind of their setup guide definitely helps a lot, so you can tinker with the setups on your own. Definitely have to give a shout out to you guys, the Stamp Studio Network. It really adds excitement to these races. It just makes it different than any other official race or any other league race. When it's streamed online, it really gives some excitement. Makes me look forward to racing every week, and not a problem at all with becoming a member. I think hope a lot of other people become members and support this, because I think other racers just like me have a really fantastic time with the broadcast and racing every week. And I'm happy to get started my first race here, Full Throttle. Definitely a lot better fit. I'm still definitely happy with second, a lot better than yesterday, where I crashed out 5 minutes repairs before the first lap. So.
Oh, Tyler, showing us that that you can learn quick. You do learn quick, and bringing it with that podium finish here tonight. We can't wait to have you the rest of the rest of the league here in the Full Throttle Sim Racing League here. Congratulations once again on the P2 finish. What a way to open yourself to this league, and we can't wait till next week live from Indy.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see y'all next week.
Hey, we appreciate you, Tyler, and everything that you do behind the scenes. That SSN member coming at you live from P2. And here we go. This is going to be the old tag team interview. Justin and I both coming at you. Well, we're going to conquer Ken Baum Jr. just like he conquered the Monster Mile here tonight. Ken Baum Jr., Justin Yaw, you both got a copy.
I got you.
Copy.
All right, well, Justin, I rope you back up into here because Ken Baum, we saw the strategy work here. Justin and I were talking about strategy earlier on in the broadcast. You're going to show us all how it's done here tonight, pitting on lap 62, had those newer tires to work with, just a couple of laps newer than those lap 54 tires.
Yeah, those fresh tires that I had were only two right sides because I was making mistakes all night in pit road. I got a black flag on the very start of the race, had to pit for a hold, but I didn't uncheck my tires, so I took tires there. So I lost a set of tires, and then I got one of my laps back, and then a second lap back, and I pitted just because I wanted to see what my tires looked like, and I ended up taking left side only tires. So when I finally got back on the lead lap, I pitted, and I took my right sides because I wanted one full set left for the end of the race, and after that, I was just along for the ride. Everybody started pitting, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna pit. What else am I gonna do? I went from last to first. Like, I'm not pitting.
Well, Ken, you're gonna pull the old Denny Hamlin strategy out here tonight. It's going to work for you. Congratulations on your race win. And Justin, the reason I bring you up here for this interview, we saw that on lap one, and I mean that was gonna be the question I set up for you there, though. But Justin, what did you see out of Ken on that on the original race start, as well as, Ken, what ended up happening and why did you have to take that hold?
I'm not. I understand why I got it, but I'm not 100% clear because the green came out and I went. And Tyler, I don't know what happened with him, but he didn't go like I went, and I got a black flag. So it is what it is. I don't complain about it. I just put my head down. I slowed down going down the backstretch. So it's like, don't screw this up. Get in, get out, get back on it. And it worked
A
out.
very good job. This place is so difficult. Like we talked about during the race, getting on and off pit road. This place with the banking being such degree heavy, you've really got to watch it getting on and off. Ken, you know what was going through your head them last couple of laps? You're like, oh my gosh, these tires are worn out. Just having to really work through that lap traffic, maybe kind of put a strain on it just a little bit more.
Not really. I just went to the outside and was just staying out of the way. I was just riding because my crew chief on my radio just kept telling me about tires. You're gonna need rubber soon. You're gonna need rubber soon. I'm like, I'm not getting rubber. I'm staying on the track. If it blows, it blows. And
Yeah,
it worked. Like normal.
You had a comfortable lead. You got to make it work, especially getting that late in the race. Ken, did you pit once or twice during this race?
I pitted a couple of times, but I took tires 3 times. 2 of those times were left side and the right side, and and then the very first lap I took 4 tires when I didn't really need 4 tires on the first lap.
Yeah. Well, you can't take them with you, so might as well get them while you can.
Yeah, I just had to put my head down and be patient. There's not much I can do about it. Like I said, I don't complain. I just put my head down and I just drive what I got. Like, there's not much more I can do. And I'm not risking anything because I already have wins. I'm the back-to-back champion. Like, I gotta get going here.
Oh, yeah. Well, brother, we appreciate you racing with us. Sean, you got anything left to add?
Well, Ken, before we let you get going here, I'm just right there with you once again. We see that in officials all the time. The outside line, they are able to pass. You can't pass on the inside. Ken, that looks like you. That looks like what happened here tonight with nothing against. I mean, anybody here out on the racetrack here. It's just, I don't know. I'm just still kind of searching for an answer here. We'll have to hear from race control. But before we let you get going, Ken, I'm right there with you. Just put the head down real quick and get yourself back up to the race lead. Who makes this all possible for you here tonight to race with us and the Full Throttle Sim Racing League?
Yeah, no, I just gotta say thanks to all the guys over at the Turn 2 Terribles, the racing team. We don't practice as much as we used to, but we still come each week solid, and we still got speed. It's just we don't get to show it as much as we did at the beginning of the season. But hopefully this win puts some motivation behind us, and we start clicking these off again. The Turn 2 Terribles podcast on Monday nights. Jeremy's Arfos Photography, and I'd like to say thank you to my girlfriend and my 2 children for supporting me. I couldn't do it without them.
Oh, well, Ken, you got the old priority set there. Thank you so much here for taking your time to join us in the virtual Victory Lane interviews. Ken Baum Jr., Tyler Massey, Caitlin Hates, those top 3 finishers. Justin Yaw, Sean Stam up here with you in the booth. Stick with us, though, in just about an hour and a half. We got some more broadcasts coming up. We got some road course action. Mazda's coming at you live from Okayama. Real quick, before we let you get going, thank you all once again for joining us here tonight on SSN. Congrats once again to every single driver who made this possible here tonight. And that's just about going to do it. Justin Yaw, Sean Stam, thank you all once again for everything here tonight. We're going to catch our virtual flight home. Take care, everybody. Drive your virtual cars home safe, and we'll see you next week live from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval this time. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Hey,